Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Miss Trina with Chat with Trina, and I want to thank you for making the choice to click in. We are recognizing Women's History Month, and my special guest today, I'm so excited. It is the legendary Houston two-step dance instructor, Miss Fanci Dancer. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Miss Trina with Chat with Trina. And first, I want to say thank y'all for making the choice to click in and chat with Trina. I thank y'all so much for your support. I don't take it for granted. Make sure that when this is over, y'all go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. Subscribe to my channel, y'all. Subscribe to my channel and continue to support me. I really I love what I'm doing, and I just need your continuous support. Another thing before I announce my guest, which you already see, I've been trying to find me a different, I like sweet wine, which is why my stomach is getting rounder. But anyway, I found one that I want to try. Well, I tried a little bit of it, and it's called, I like Cupcake Moscato, but this is Cupcake Signature Sweets Sweet Red. Have y'all seen this? Let me get up a little closer. Fanci tried some.
Yes, and I love it.
And it tastes good. So I thought I was going to be able to cheat. And you know how the doctors say the red wine is better for you, right? Well, the man at the store say, no, this ain't it. So I will pretend it's it, but it is good. It's a sweet. It tastes a little bit of the bittery, like
No, it tastes like you're eating grapes right off the vine.
Yes, but super excited. This is a long time coming that I am getting to chat it up with one of my best friends in the whole wide world. But also, she is my very first Houston two-step dance instructor, Miss Fanci Dancer.
Hello, everybody.
And this is a long time coming because remember we were scheduled to do it. Was that been a year ago?
Has it been that long?
Maybe 6 months ago.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe 6 months ago. So we've been trying to, we kind of wanted to be right. And I really am happy that we did it here because no one ever comes to my house. So I'm kind of excited because she came to my house today. And it's cool to have company. I never have company. I think I tell y'all that all the time. So it's nice to have some company.
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm so happy for you to be here with me today. You excited?
Yes.
You're not nervous, are you?
No.
Good. You should be. You dance in front of everybody like it ain't nothing. So welcome to Chat with Trina, and we're gonna just jump right in.
Okay.
And if there's anything we got questions about, you just say something.
Okay.
Whatever. So I've been struggling with this first question, and you don't have to answer this question in one, two, but it was one I said I asked everybody, so I gotta ask you. Do we only know your Fanci Dancer? Do we know your real name? Does anybody know your real name?
My mom and dad and my sister and brother.
But when you came to the dance community, before it was the dance community, when you were soft, they knew you was Fanci Dancer too?
They never call your name.
Really?
It's no.
They just say, hey, come here?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Or like me, it's always little bit, little mama.
No, they just say you come here.
Get up here.
They never
and they just come and say, can I dance?
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
Okay. So when did you become Fanci Dancer?
After a while, I have to say, Mr. Lee
gave
me my name, Fanci Dancer.
Okay. And then I do want to make it clear that you've been joined at the hip to Mr. Lee for a very long time. So this is open. So we have to, you really can't say some things without saying. So it's okay to give him his props as well.
Oh, yeah.
And one of these days I'm going to get him on here. He be playing. So we're going to still call you Fanci Dancer. That's all we need to know, right?
Well, I like that because it fits who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spelled Fanci,
gotcha.
Not Y. You would think Y, and that's good. But then once you get to know me, it's like she is all fancy.
With the I.
Right, with the I.
So where did you grow up? What school did you go to?
I went to Carver, grew up in Acres Home. So I'm one of them Acre Shakers.
What middle school you went to over there?
That was Bethune
really?
and Drew. Yeah.
So you before they became magnet schools?
Way before,
yeah. Because I don't know if you know this, but my daughters went to Anderson, Bethune, and Carver. They graduated from Carver, but of course when they
switched it over.
Yeah.
I didn't make the switch.
Gotcha. Okay. Brothers and sisters?
Oh yeah, I got a sister and 3 brothers. Have to think about it.
But you finna go feed one of them. Was that your sister you was on the phone with a few minutes ago?
Feed 2 and check on 1 because all of them are sick right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of taking care of each one of them.
Are you the oldest? Where do you fall in?
I fall in there with them.
You in the middle somewhere?
I fall in there with them.
Fancy. So let me ask you, what kind of childhood did y'all have? Like, was it
fun? And we were close. They treated the boys to me like kings, and the girls had to clean up and make the beds and do everything for the boys. And I grew up, I was a tomboy. I wanted to do everything a boy could do. If they could do it, I could do it. I worked on cars, climb trees, go painting with my daddy, anything, and I was just nosy. I wanted to know everything in the world. Anything that was educational, or I want to know how it worked, what make it tick, or what make it better. I love to sew.
You still sew? Because you offered to do some sewing for me.
I love sewing.
I'm going to take Miss Tina's business away and give it to Fancy. Okay. I would have never saw that because you're so dainty and prissy now. So, but I bet you can flip back and forth. You can go do some of those things and still do the fancy
I actually built the house that we lived in. When I, later on, I actually built it myself with the help, some help, but most of it was me. Drew up the plans, got the foundation laid.
Yeah, I heard you talking to the people in Dallas that went to that event. By the way, y'all, she is the best road trip buddy ever. Road trip buddy / assistant. Let me just tell you real quick. I got to her house. She had sausage sandwiches. She had, what else? You had fruit.
Yeah.
She was ready. I just wasn't, my mind wasn't ready, so I didn't really indulge.
Yeah, great.
But when we go again, I would be ready. She had everything ready. And she was a great assistant. She kept me talking throughout the trip so I didn't get tired. We had a good time. But let me just say, you got to keep an eye on Fancy. I went to Walmart and came back, and she was teaching a whole line dance class, like in the middle of the what you call that, the lobby, in the lobby.
Yeah.
I didn't leave you but 20 minutes.
They were sitting around doing nothing. I'm like, and the music was playing. How can people just sit
to the music?
I don't understand.
Well, child, baby.
If we ever get to a desert island and we sitting there in the sand, if somebody
dancing.
run 2 sticks together, we gonna be dancing.
Well, I tell you, I'm coming back with my few little bags and stuff. I'm like, what is happening? But I saw them dancing. I'm just thinking that she leading the dance class.
I'm
Like, what was that dance? The jump off.
Yeah,
we doing the jump off.
Y'all want to do something? Y'all want to? What you go? We didn't never heard of that dance. How you do it? I'm like, okay, that's
that was right up your alley. That's right up your alley. So when you was in school, did you participate in any extracurricular activities at school?
Oh yeah, basketball.
I can see that.
Before my appendix.
Oh.
Then I couldn't. I was in track. Then I couldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
And just sewing and just. Yeah.
Did they still have homemaking in school back then?
Homemaking.
They had it when I had it. Okay. I hate they took
that
out.
It. Nah. Made some biscuits, put it in my pocket, forgot it was there. And when I went to do the apron, it flipped out and the teacher gave me an F.
Oh, no. You know what I got an F in for me to be such a typer now? I had an F in typing.
I hated it.
I was horrible in typing. That's something else they need to bring. They took so many things out of school, you know, even like they're taking out music now.
Did they do y'all the same way where you have to have certain speed? And you be over there, somebody have to go like, 80 or 100?
I don't know, but
I be on 20.
Yes. I was horrible. My mama came, I remember my mama coming to talk to the teacher to say that, well, I'm a typist for a living, which I'm thinking, what that got to do with me though?
No, I'm saying
had nothing to do with our eyesight. One thing I do like about this show, Fancy, is that I do the show because I really like to hear what makes people, just kind of what you said, what makes people tick, what they be thinking about, why did they do this, why. It's just very interesting to me. Yeah. I read, well now I listen, I cheat now, I listen to Audible, but I listen to autobiographies and biographies and they just fascinate me. So with this, what I'm doing here is
what you do, you actually create history, and it's the only opportunity. I mean, just different avenues, but upfront, personal. So far, I'm liking the questions, and it's just like
so far. So far. So, in saying that, that's why I like to have the show, so I can find out, but also others can find out some things. And one thing I want to mention is that you did step away from dancing for a while.
Yeah,
you were missing for just a little while. Do you want to share anything that was going on?
As everyone knows, for 20 plus years, I've been devoted to the dance studio, the best of swing out and two-step. That was my baby. I started it with Mr. Lee, and just went on, and that was day in and then traveling around the world. I mean, we was everywhere. I mean, we was trying to promote swing out, to keep it going, because what started was the dance actually was dying out. And I was asking him, well, what we got to do? He said, well, the only way you can learn it is you got to learn it from your aunt, your uncle, grandma. They all dying, and it's not enough. So
to keep it going, because
right.
if somebody stops it,
that's it. And so we started traveling, and we was going from state to state and going to different places where people were inviting us. It was just getting on. It was just, we was running Darton. I think the most events we done been to in one day is 12.
No, Fancy.
Yes, 12. I have to go. We have to.
Wow.
We'll make a match.
Well, that's dedication.
Yeah,
that is definitely dedication to
well, anyway, it got to the point where when that tiredness and whatever it was hit, it hit hard. And I just had to stop. And I didn't understand it myself because I'm steady pushing. No, I got to go do what I need to do. No. But then my body was saying no. So I just chose to just stop. I traveled and just read the
time with your kids too.
No,
you didn't.
I had to do. I lost me because I've been so. It's not that I don't love what I do. I love the people. I love it. I love it with a passion. But I was just pushing to just push because I knew it had to stay, and it's gonna take that certain person. God gave me this gift for a purpose. He wouldn't have gave me all this knowledge. I know every dance it is, I could teach it. It's in here. And the old timers from every dance instilled in me their knowledge. Yes. And it's all in here. So when I'm ready to give to you. That's what it's for. Well, anyway, when I was out there, I just relaxed and went to the beach. I went to the library. I went to other cities. And I just met other people. I ate at different restaurants. And when I got tired, I just came back. But the problem was when I came back to the friends that I knew, they used to that bubbly fancy. Gotcha. And the bubble had left. The bubble was just gone. It was nothing that had nothing to do with everybody else. Loved everybody else. And I appreciate even during that time, it was the love. But people don't realize when you're teaching class, you're talking. You're talking to everybody. I gotta use all I know to get you to dance. Because everybody is not the same. Right. I don't want to lose you. Yeah. Because if you come in here, I'm going to give it. And I was just all talked.
Gave so much.
I was all talked out. Yeah. And everybody was like, and they thought I didn't know him. It wasn't that. It was just, I don't know. I just stopped.
So you did not have Alzheimer's? No. Or dementia?
I remember one time I went somewhere and the girl said, they said you had Alzheimer's or dementia. I said, oh, okay. And she said, you mind I take a picture? I said, sure, no problem. And so she said, smile. I said, dementia.
So there goes your dementia.
Yeah, then they started laughing. But then they realized this is fancy. Gotcha. I mean, I'm not mad at people for saying that because I appreciate that. But they just, I couldn't explain it myself. I just had to. How can you tell the person? I just need to stop. But you always got to remember, with me, we talking now. The next time you see you, I don't speak. But remember the last time we spoke, everything was okay.
I like that. You told me that before.
That's right. Just smooth over, show the love, and then the next time, but I like the check. Right. Yeah. And the people closest to me couldn't actually understand because they used to me being bubbly. They kept saying, you wasn't talking. I think I ain't had nothing to say.
I'll tell you, I remember because one day when looked like you were trying to come back, I saw you out and I wasn't going to speak. I was going to keep on going. And you stopped me and you said, hi. And you pulled me to the side and you said, I just want you to know, I apologize if I offended you for anything. You did. And that meant the world to me because I thought, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, and so for you to do that, and then you asked me about my daughters, as you always do, and I knew, okay, that's fancy.
But then you're not the only one who I think the one that took it most the hardest was keyboard. Because me and keyboard always close. Oh, really? Because we have habits that we do. And when I didn't, I think he said I didn't say nothing to him. He thought I was being mean. But I love all the people that I know. I mean, but when when I really started coming back, oh God, y'all smothered me
with so much love, huh? We were just happy to see you.
Yeah,
but with you saying that, it's something that me and my co-host on Speak On It, Donnie Lewis, talk about sometimes you can pour so much of yourself into people, but you got to remember that you got to keep some for you, or someone needs to pour into you.
But it's hard. It's hard because then the next one come along, and they coming to teach. You got to teach them, and they all excited, you know. And then I noticed in the dance studio they never want to go home.
They did. I went home, but y'all leave y'all there.
They never want to go home.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
So thank you for being open and honest and transparent about that, and allowing me to ask that question. You got married, you had kids. Did we talk about your kids? How many kids you have, Fancy?
Some kids.
We know how many kids you have.
I know.
But we know you got a daughter and a couple of sons.
A couple? No, just not that many, just one.
You just got one son?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought you had 2 sons and a daughter.
No, one.
Child, I had it all.
And both of them are military, which I'm proud of that.
Yeah, she's a very proud mom.
Oh, yeah.
So after that part of your life, then the stage comes of empty nest, your kids going off. Is that when you found dancing? When did you find dancing?
One day I was sitting in the house and I was looking. I had already built the house, so I'm like a person that looks for different things to do. Look, I did the yard. I'm gardening. I'm a gardener. Then I switched to lifting weights. Okay, I got buffed up. I did that. Then I got bored with that. And then I just switched from, then I, build a house. I built a gazebo.
Yeah.
I did the yard, brought in dirt. I was on tractor. I did a lot of that. But it's just, then one day I was in the house and I was looking at Deborah Duncan's show. And they was doing salsa. And I was like, okay, next project. And I found out the address and I went over there. And then
Was that the Amigos? No, that wasn't that.
No, that was Salsa Eddie.
Oh, okay.
And then Jose.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was with the top guys.
Okay.
Because I was the only African American.
Wow. Because a little birdie told me that you was the salsa queen.
I stayed with them, and they just they took me in. And they just started teaching me, and then next thing I know, that I was doing that, and then I was doing tango and hoop, and then waltz and samba, rumba, bachata.
I can do bachata.
Yeah, I went from dance to dance to dance. But then I don't know. Oh yeah, East Coast, West Coast.
So you did East Coast and West Coast?
Oh yeah.
Really? So are they West Coast and East Coast really, really different?
Really different.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the uniqueness of every dance to keep it there. Well,
so
that's how I met Damien.
When you're dancing?
No, never.
Okay.
I met Damien.
Okay.
And they would never let me take class. They would just dance me and I'd just pick it up.
Wow.
And then I'd break it down. Just easy. I just break it down.
Well, when the birdie told me about you being a salsa queen, I said, oh my gosh, I can see that because your legs are so nice, long, and straight when you dance. You have really good posture when you dance.
Yeah, but most of their dance guys are short. In a little story, I was sitting there one time and I was just sitting there waiting on them to come and, like they asked you to dance. So the guy walked up to me and he said, can I have this dance? So I stood up. And when I stood up, he was short. And he looked like he was going to walk off. I said, oh, no, you not. I said, you not.
Come on here, you asked me to dance.
I told him, I said, look, God made me tall. He made you short. It ain't our fault. We just need to go on. You going to dance? You going to dance with me. And we became best friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He said, and everybody always asked him today, said nobody would dance with him. But you going to walk off? I'm like, no.
No, ma'am, no, sir. No. That is funny. I'm about to use that fans when people trying to. That is too funny. So then where did you find two-step?
After I ventured to all of the ballroom dances and all of the dances on the opposite side, Spanish, Chinese, Hawaiian, Japanese.
What do Chinese do?
They got their own style. Mexicans have their own. Spanish people. So I've covered all of that.
Yeah.
And I went through that, and then I was thinking, well, what do black people do? I should have started with them first, but I ended up with. That's why I learned all the salsa. I'm so good at it.
Yeah.
And I tried to Google it. Nothing came up.
What did you Google? Black people
African American. Nothing came up. I was like, So I said, okay. So I started driving around. Then I called the stations. Then they told me that the black people dance at these clubs. So I just went to the different clubs, and nobody knew about them. They don't dance here. They don't dance here. So finally, the last stop was Reminisce. I said, well, after this, I'm going to quit because I can't find people. And when I got there, it was Reminisce, and they say, well, you missed them. They come on Sundays. No. So it was Tuesday. I had to wait till Sunday. That was a long time. So Sunday came on. I was like, man, when they got there, wow. The first person I saw was Leroy spinning Helen around.
Oh, wow.
And that was something. She was spinning. I mean,
did she wear the heels back then too?
No, I just remember her spinning. Leroy just spin around and roll on the floor.
That's what Rock told me. He used to roll.
Yeah, and I said, I want to do that too. But during that time, they didn't have lady instructors. No women. No women nowhere.
Really?
No, I was the first.
Okay, wow.
So that's what made, and then there was, I ran into Leroy, Red.
So did you just talk to them, start talking to them about the dance and stuff?
No, I just started asking, well, where the classes at? And they say there's no classes. We just dance with the people, and you just dance, you know. And so you give us 2 shirts. That was Leroy said, give you 2 shirts.
What for?
For him teaching you how to dance.
Oh, you just go buy him 2 shirts?
2 shirts. And, yeah, I'm cheap.
Child, I went
to Kmart and got the cheapest shirt. He looked at me when I got that shirt. He said, I'm not wearing this. This ain't Hawaiian.
What do you mean? He liked Hawaiian style shirts?
No, he didn't like. I bought him on fly with Hawaiian shirt.
Oh my God.
He said, but I didn't. They wear a silk shirt. You know, the nice shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That was so funny. He said,
that is funny. Child, you tell one of these dance instructors now, I'm going to buy you 2 shirts when you teach me that dance. Okay, so moving forward to when did you literally start dancing? With them?
Yeah, but it was hard because it was like 30 women out there and 4 dudes that just point at you and say, you come here. And there's 2 men with them, and then you go sit down. The next one. It was just so many women. And I was like, there's like 30 women here.
See, these 4
and there's 4 men. And they take a break, and they just have people just sitting there. They be sitting there all night. And if they pick certain ones, you just don't get a dance out. You just have to come back. It was not organized. It was no steps. It was just dance.
Just dance.
That was it.
Interesting.
So I was like, I was gonna quit. And I said, no, this is too much because I had been around with the
where it was more organized.
And I was like, they really weren't organized either, but it was better than where I was. Yeah. You know, I wasn't learning quick.
Right.
And they teach you one move, and then you said, I even forgot by the time they got. They just tap it, and Mr. Leroy, he hit you.
I heard that. I heard that. Where did the getting ready to now you learning 2 steps from you went back, or did you go to Red Rooster? When did you come to the Red Rooster? There was still no Red Rooster yet?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean, it was a Red Rooster, but it wasn't a Red Rooster.
It wasn't. It was like it was different. Oh. It was like Maxwell's and
is it Grandma's?
I didn't make that.
Oh.
I got to Grandma's door, and I finally got my ID, and it was closed. I was like, I had a fake ID.
Yeah.
So I missed that, but everybody talked about that. But once the guys was in there, I was gonna quit because I just say no. Then I didn't want to go back over with the other side. I wanted to stay to see what black people done, and Frankie. I have to give her Frankie. Frankie say, they wasn't fancy then. She just say you. You finna quit? They always just you. I say you, and I say yeah. I say I can't do this. It's not, you ain't learning nothing, cause it just take too long. It'll take too long. She say, ask that guy in there. I say who? Say his name Lee. I say Lee. Say I say he gonna be just like the rest of them. He ain't even on the floor
dancing with us.
No, he ain't doing nothing. Say no, just ask him. So I waited like 2 hours. He was playing dominoes and he walked out. I said, Mr. Lee, could you please teach me how to dance? And he just looked at me and said, okay. be here Wednesday. I'll be playing dominoes. And just walked off. He didn't ask me my name. He didn't ask me nothing. He just walked out. I was like, so did he say it? Did he say it? No. Wednesday, I was there early. I was like 2 hours early. So he walked in. He said, oh, I see you came. I'll be playing dominoes. I'll be out in a minute. Just sit right there.
Oh, Lord.
And I'll sit there another 3 hours.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had no teeth. No, he wouldn't have had no teeth.
He don't smile. He didn't do nothing. He just, that's what he
So
is.
he's not the laughing person
no,
back then?
He never was in the crowd. You never catch him sitting with people. He'll dance to and go, and he'll just leave. He wasn't like, no.
Yeah,
he knew some of them, but when he go, he just go.
Oh.
Yeah. So when he get through dancing with me, he just walk off the floor, see you later, bye. And he just go. I was like,
I guess that's like now when you look up and he gone, he just gone.
Yeah.
So once you guys started dancing and you learned the dance, how did y'all start teaching? What made you want to start teaching?
We were sitting in the park talking about something, and we was talking about the history of the dance. And he was saying, he said, you know what? The dance just dying out. I say, it is? He said, yeah. I say, well, what can you do? He said, well, it's just the people who you learn it from is dying out because it's not enough people being put out. He said, as you put out, and as you notice, it's not a lot of men. I said, no, it's not. It's just them few right there. He said, that's it, and me, and that after we gone, he said, we dead, that's it, he frank. And I say, well, okay. I say, I was thinking about it. I say, I was thinking about opening a dance studio. He looked at me and said, you just know how to dance. You don't know how to teach nobody.
Oh. He said that?
Yeah, he said, you know how to dance good, but you don't know
how to teach.
He said, you don't know nothing about teaching, in which he was right. And he said, I said, well, I want to do it. He said, well, I tell you what, you set it all up. You want to do it? I'll help you for like 6 months, maybe, if that, but I still got my other job. And I'm not going to be devoted to it like that. So I went and learned how the women do, because I knew that and I had to figure it out. So I didn't know a man. So then we got the studio. He came back and I said, you ready? He said, you got the place? I said, yeah. He said, okay. He said, but I can't help you no long time. I'm going to do it. You're going to have to teach somebody, and then you're going to have to do it because I need to go to work. I'm not going to be in there. So in pop rock. And when rock popped in, he said, well, use that guy right there. Use him to learn how to teach a man, because you're going to have to teach him how to dance. I'm not touching the man to teach him how to dance. You got to do it. So you got to be good at the lady and the man side. And so that's how we ended up. Rock. I started teaching rock.
Can you tell the story about Rock and he came in there with $1?
Rock coming there, and when he first walked in, I think he was catching a bus. In classes, we charge X amount of dollars for the class because we need to pay for the place. And he coming there with $2. And I say, well, that'll be X amount of dollars. He put $2 on the counter. And
it was more than $2.
Yeah, it was more than $2. So I say, what? He said, I'll bring some more next week. Next time.
And it's a true story because she told it to us the other day when Rock was sitting there.
I told Lee, I said, Lee, this little dude coming in, he handed us $2. I said, we can't, if everybody do this, we gonna be able to keep this going. So he did it for like months and months. He kept 50 cents, $3, $5.
He just wanted to learn.
No, he just was a young guy. He was young. And he didn't have a job.
Yeah.
And then Lee just got close to him. They got like this.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? When he come to class, now, he said, just let him go. I'll take care of him.
Okay.
Whatever it is, let me. And that's how they got it.
Oh, that's awesome. So a lot of people don't know that Rock came to y'all first.
Oh, yeah. He stayed with us for years.
Yeah. And he always pays y'all homage all the time. What was the name of the studio again?
The Best of Swing Out and Tuesday.
I'll tell you something. Do you remember how we met? Me and you?
How?
I bet you don't know. Do you know? You think we met at your class?
Where was we at?
I'm going to tell you where we was at. I used to work at Lone Star College.
That's right, yeah.
And you were in the library, and you came up saying, I need to learn, I want to figure out how to make this flyer.
coming from, but I was, you know, I'm always walking around somewhere, and that's how we met. But you had showed me your flyer about dancing, but it never dawned, never thought about dancing. I just said, "Oh Lord, she want me to help her with this flyer." You got to, and it was somewhere in one of my pictures. I have that flyer somewhere, and I'm trying to find it for the day, but I didn't have time. But anyway, that's how I met Fanci, y'all. She was over at Carver. Not Carver High School, but Carver Lone Star has a spot that's a college on the cross in the same parking lot. And she was walking through there looking for some help with making this flyer for their
Now I can dance. Class. God gave me that gift, but He didn't give me the gift for computers.
For computers. So I helped her, believe it or not. Now that is some history, to be honest with you. That is the history for the books.
Because that's when computers was
really kind of coming up. And
And then we started the first website for dance.
I remember that when you did
that was the first one.
Yeah.
And that's
and I think you showed it to me or something. Because I saw you more than once. Because you came over there. I guess that's what you used to try to do the computer stuff over there at the library. But anyway, y'all, that's why I met Fanci years and years before I ever thought about the word dancing anywhere. So that was kind of interesting. Who are some of your instructors? You already said Eddie, Dominique. But you talking about D'Amico Dominique? Is that Dominique? Or is that another person?
No, this is DeMarco.
Oh, okay.
But he wasn't in most of these people, once if I try to hide in the back, because sometimes you want to be regular. Sometimes I just want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be, I'm not trying to stop your class. Yeah. I just want to feel like everybody else.
Yeah.
Even though I know how to dance, I just still like.
Right.
Yeah, I like that feeling.
And are you enjoying that now that you get to go out now? You just get to be in the mix of things, or are you ready to get back teaching?
No, I've been always teaching.
Right, but I mean, you be teaching. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like right now, you don't have a official class, or are you enjoying just being in the crowd, hanging out?
Yeah, because I get to see all of my. The people who I taught,
right.
I get to look and I'm just proud.
I was just going to say how
almost in tears because they came from zero to, and we never did care whether you go to anybody's class.
Right.
All we wanted to do was just push them out to go and just get the numbers up, so it won't die out.
Oh, okay.
And that was the whole. Just don't. In the first year. Lee was like, well, it's been a year. I say, yeah. He said, man.
And he hadn't quit.
He said, I told you I'm not going to do it. I said, well, you got to help. You got to help Miss Jessie. He said, oh, yeah, that's right.
Because Miss Jessie the one that loved him so much.
Yeah, I said, you got to help Jeanette and them in there, too. He said, okay. And he wound up staying 5 years.
Wow.
Then it was 10 years. Then 15, then 20.
Oh, wow. So he did his work in between, though. How does it make you feel when you see students that you knew couldn't dance and they out here winning contests and having their own classes? How does that make you feel?
I like the dance as well, but I like their personality. Mm-hmm. I like the persona. There's no ego. Mm-hmm. It's nothing but pure joy and dancing. You got like Walter, and then I hate to say.
I always think about Walter because I remember him being so shy.
Walter didn't say 2 words. He only talked to me. That was it. Lee said, I don't know what's the matter with him. I said, he said he talked to you, but he won't talk to nobody else. I said, well, that's good.
And you said he brought you an apple.
Yeah, he always bring me fruit and stuff, or help me with my bag, and David, and
David.
I mean, just all of Kenny.
I met Miss Jeanette in your class.
Yeah, Jeanette and Gloria and and Amanda. And I'm trying to find her. If the general public know where Amanda is, please let me know where she is, or do you have a number? Because I'm trying to catch up with. She was instrumental. Ruby was the pushing force.
DJ Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee called her CEO.
Really?
Yeah, that's her swing out name is CEO.
But Ruby, the website I had before this one, Ruby offered to do it for free. She did my entire website and wouldn't let me pay her for it. That was so nice of her. So tell me, what do you think the top 2 things, in your opinion, that's important for a student, a dance instructor to teach their students? And if you can only think of one that you think is super important, but what do you think is something important that instructors need to make sure that they leave their students leave with?
It's the understanding that you're not perfect in dance. You'll never be perfect. Mm-hmm. I mean, I always strive. You never can. It's just dancing. Mm-hmm. Just I don't care if you can do one step. Do one step 50 ways.
Some of them do.
Yeah. Some of them take your 3 steps and make 1,000 steps out of it.
And you know, my favorite dancers are the beginners,
right?
Because they still have the passion and they still kind of would modest be the word, or still
they like babies and they don't have they like babies.
Yeah, they don't have no expectations, and it's just fun.
They just like, look, you got to teach a baby.
Yeah.
And so it's not control.
Right.
It's the baby looking to you to teach you. And that's where I look at it like that. They're my babies.
Yeah. And I like that you will go ask people to dance.
Life too short.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just sitting there, I'm like,
has anyone ever told you no?
I don't care. I mean, yeah.
They have? They told you no?
Mm-hmm. Because they don't know who I am. But then that doesn't bother me. Because, I'll say, nice to meet you. I'm Fanci Dancer. Maybe next time you'll take the opportunity to dance with me. Oh. And what's your name? Well, I'm Henry. Well, that's fine. Nice to meet you, Henry. And the next time, I'll get a dance.
Interested. Okay.
Everybody has a wall. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't know everybody. Right. You step into their space, they just... And it's just people don't know how to be sociable like it used to be. Yeah. So I'm trying to set an example. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Because if you don't, you're going to sit there all night. And I ain't
saying. And I was going to say, on that note, so there are a lot of our seasoned divas, I'll say, who complain because they pay for classes, they pay to go to events, and then they say, well, I don't get no dances. What do you say to those women?
Get up and go ask somebody. They can't do nothing but say no.
Yeah. That's the fear, I think.
And you move on to the next
one. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because somebody going to say, yeah, and if they don't, try again the next time. Mm-hmm. But at least, I feel it's almost like in the Bible, they say they got one that sheep lost, you find one or something like that. And so if you dance one dance, that's good.
I need 2.
Then dance again. Keep going to that.
I need at least 2.
Make that circle around and say, you danced with me last time. I'm finna go. Okay. Can you dance with me again? I don't have to ask. Okay. Because everybody know me, but they literally scared to dance. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just me. Mm-hmm.
And once they dance with you, I think they would realize that you're just there for the dance.
No, because I don't want to hear your history. I got back pain, butt pain. I don't know the steps. Can you
But when someone says, when you're trying to encourage someone to dance, and they say, oh, I can't dance, so what do you say? Do you still encourage them? Come on, try it.
Yeah, do what you can. Mm-hmm. Let's dance.
Rock used to always say, well, if you can count, you can dance. That's what you always say to people.
No, I say, I'm like that. You can move. You move to walk up to the floor. You do that. Walk. Let's walk. Yeah, just move.
You need to dance side to side.
But I think too, another thing, what I want to bring up is that swing out. Most people intimidated because when they see us dance, they think I can't do that. Then it's like, but to me, I'm like this: exercise and do what you can. I mean, because if you don't, I always say this is my new thing I came up with. So we get to the gates of heaven, and God's standing there, and you need to get in heaven. Now, what if He say, if you can swing out, you can get in. If you can't swing out,
y'all better learn how to swing out.
Or if He say, can you regular dance? Can you dance that out? Can you move? So you better practice now.
Yeah, I like that. What do they say when you say to somebody? Or that's just what you say to yourself?
You know what they do? They just laugh.
They just laugh.
Because they right. And I say, now I hate to see you going to hell behind a dance. Right. And you see everybody starting.
Y'all talk about the dance dying out. Mm-hmm. Dance, everything evolves, right?
Right.
So there's been some controversy, if you will. I don't know if I think that might be a strong word, but that's what I'm going to use. Controversy over adding things to the dance. Mm. Now, what do you think about that? Do you feel it's watered down, or are you appreciative of the things added, or do you think there's a time and a place?
Time and a place. because you mix people up. I don't know if they're doing it intentionally, but personally, I wouldn't do it because that's not fair to the person not to get the true meaning of the dance and then branch off into something else. Because they get out there and then they start getting confused because they're going to look at everybody else and say, that's not what I'm doing. Or either I can't find nobody to dance with
like that.
Or they scared because what I learned is not what they doing. And that's the problem.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you're learning like regular Houston two-step or regular DFW swing, it can confuse people when they get out there and say, well, I learned these steps, and then I get out here and somebody's doing a different thing. Yeah, I got that. Okay.
But I think the tradition needs to stay, because if you don't, you kind of infect the dance. And I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying, like you say, it's a time and a place. Get the basics, get it down packed. That way we can pass that on. But if you...
Gotcha.
Right, and then you could switch off. Because I can look at people and they doing 4 or 5 dances in one. But I'm a seasoned person.
So
but I'll say master, because master meaning I know how to teach a lot of dances, and I know how to, and I know them. So that's why I'm literally a professional master. And I didn't give myself that title of the experts or whatever gave that to me. Yeah,
that's always important too. Yeah, people are quick to give themselves titles. And we talked about the seasoned saints. I know. Okay, so let me say this one more time. So you don't have a problem with people just doing having fun, but they just out there having fun. But at certain times, they need to make sure that they don't teach the extra stuff. They teach the basics of the dance.
But
right.
The thing about it is, when you branch out, let them know I'm branching out.
Gotcha. Know that that's not a part of the...
Yeah, kind of hold on to that, but this is an added plus.
Gotcha.
And that way, it'll stay. You see what I'm saying? The tradition will stay on. I don't mind mixing it up, but I mean, I could switch. I can dance this guy, swing out. And then another thing that I think they need to get corrected is you got to swing out a two-step. This has been the whole problem. Swing out is medium speed. Two-step is the same dance but slower. That's the difference. They the same steps. They not. You don't do different steps in swing. It's just the speed. Swing out, you can make mistakes and hide them because you're going so fast. You won't pay attention. But two-step is so slow. If you mess up, bam.
Unless you have a good leader that can pull you back.
And now you need to know, because you need to know the steps yourself, because they are so
slow.
But
now they're doing it faster.
But no, they're doing swing out, because swing out is fast.
But not, you're talking about Houston swing out, because that's where I'm confused now.
Right.
Houston swing out. Okay, so we're not talking about DFW.
No, because DFW is DFW,
and that's fast.
Yeah, they don't dance slow either, because they can't. It's hard. The only person I taught to do that was John Seeger. And I taught John how to dance slow. He said, Fanci, I can't do it. Yes, you can. And then once he said, oh, okay. But he just finally, he said, oh, okay, I got it.
Okay.
But they don't, even if you go there, they don't even play slow songs.
Right.
So that's dying out, because now
you have to keep up with.
Yeah, and they only got like maybe 4 good women that can do the real two-step.
Stutter step is what I can't do.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
You were recognized this year at ISDC.
Yes.
How did that feel to be recognized amongst your peers and your friends and your kids?
And that was an honor, just to be before all the people.
Yeah.
I mean, to just know, and it was like when she asked, I won't ever forget that, when CC say, how many of y'all took class under Miss Fanci? And it went like a wave across the room. I was like, and it just make you realize, you touched these people.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's beyond dancing, because you got Juanita and Jackie, best friends. I mean, it's so many people know each other. You know, they all know each other.
They got married.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Mr. Chris and Elise, they got married.
Wow.
And I mean, Mr. Fred and Miss Jackie.
Mm.
I mean, there's just so many. I think Tyra and David met in class.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go through a lot of them but it's all because of dancing.
Yeah.
It's all because of that.
So it can be so positive. It can be a positive thing. And the exercise too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
was just telling Fancy before we came on that, remember we used to go somewhere 7 days. There was somewhere for us to go dance 7 days a week. So that's how I got round up here. I got round up here because, first of all, I had to back off for a while to get my mental stuff going straight. But also, you got certain days you can go dance. I need a Monday night.
But see, people don't realize. Ken-A came, he was kind of stout.
Mm-hmm.
Ken-A ran in class one day, and he used to wear the same vest all the time. He wear the same vest. He walked in there and had it about pulled out this much. Miss Fancy. I say, Ken-A, you all right? He said, look, Miss Fancy, I done lost this much weight. Just by dancing.
Yeah.
And then San, I hope she don't get mad about me telling the story, but San was teaching class. I kept telling San, you losing too much weight. She say, no, Miss Fancy, I can't see it. I say, and she say, because you used to what you see. She say, Miss Fancy, I went and I had to go before people to speak. She said, all of a sudden I felt something just sliding. Her slip fell to the floor.
Oh no!
And she say, I told you. I told you, I can see y'all. Y'all don't see what I see, but I see it.
Yeah.
And she said, I said, what did you do? She said, I remembered you taught us. No matter what, act like a lady. She said, I just stepped out of it, kicked it to the side with my foot, and kept talking. I said, that was good.
And you said when people remember things that you say, because I'm going to tell you something that I remember. And I say it to people sometimes. When somebody's spinning you too much or doing what I don't want to do, you start saying, you don't have to do what they want. You know how you control, and you tell them to stop. They going too fast. They spinning you too much. Even with rock, I will do that hand. You show me how to lock.
That's right.
And I lock, and that meant stop. I can't go no more.
If you can't go no more, spin your own self out of it.
Yes, exactly.
Spin yourself out and just give him a chance to get it together. Because if he come get you then, he ready.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you competed before?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Did you like that?
Well, we always win when we compete. But the one I remember was Bradford gave it an event. We qualified from Dallas, and like 5 of us went to down there with Bradford in Washington D.C.
Oh.
First time going. Oh my God, that place was so big. I'm used to the little small company.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was
Were
big.
you nervous?
Yeah. And I was out there and I started crying. Because Lee was yelling. And then I asked him, because I asked him, we gonna practice? Boy, he looked at me and said, why you ask me something like that? Do we ever practice? I said, no. Have we ever practiced any kind of dance?
That's why he would not practice that.
He don't like
to practice.
Because he said, you know how to dance, and if you're going to have some rehearsed, it's not you. So we got out there, but they gave us instructions. They said, Lee couldn't lean me. He couldn't dip me. He couldn't lean me. He couldn't be away from me for 3 counts. And it was a bunch of rules.
Oh.
And I say, Lee, you heard the rules? Lee don't smile. He say, yeah. I say, you gonna do what they say? He say, yeah. I should have known. He smiled.
Oh.
Because he don't smile. I should have known. He got out there. I say, well, Lee, don't move me away from the chandelier in the middle of the floor. He said, okay. Shoot. Man,
he did everything.
He was around the room 10 count. They said in grade 3, he went around 10. So that's why when I do my basic step, I know how to do it so many ways. Because I had to stand there while 10 counts while and I just started.
He just did his thing.
And I told him, don't dip me in front of the judges. He went right, I said, Lee, you're getting away from the chandelier. And he just went and dipped me right in front of the judge. And the only thing I could do, that's my famous move, is
right. So, going back a little bit, did you, how you said something about Mr. Lee that made me think about it? Oh, the book. You guys wrote a book, or Mr. Lee wrote a book. Y'all wrote things about the dance, to save the dance. A book, the video.
Oh, yeah.
The song, the Back 1 2 1 2 song.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. Rock told about that.
Yeah. We came up with the song was from my the song music was from my nephew. And Lee took 20 minutes and he came in there and said, "What you think about this?" And I was like, "This sounds pretty good." He said, "This gonna be the song." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, that's it. We put it to the music and the song. We gonna get it."
That's it.
I said, "Okay."
That is funny.
And he came up with the words and I corrected some of them. I said, "Well, you need to talk smack right here." I said, "Well, you think that's too much smack?" He said, "That's me. That's me."
Right.
And that's what he came.
I gotta hear that. Rock claim he still have it.
I got it.
You got it too.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
I was intending to bring it while I.
Oh, that would have been fun. So you competed
the
before.
DVD. We got an instructional DVD. We put out the first ever swing out and two-step DVD that explained. See, the steps didn't have names in the beginning.
Right.
They just danced.
Yeah.
So, and they didn't do like I said, they didn't do the dance online. So he said, you got to come up with how you're going to teach them. And you got to come up with a way, because if you don't, you're going to do it just like they do, and you'll be doing them one by one. So I thought about it, and that's how I created Swing Out Online.
Wow.
So
you were doing Swing Out Online before COVID.
Huh?
You were doing it online before COVID.
No, I'm talking about.
I know, I'm teasing.
Yeah. Way before COVID. So when women come in, the men, I came up with the whole format. I designed the whole thing. Then he said, "Well, okay, since you've done that, then how we gonna? You just can't say, hey, do this, that move, and do this." He said, "We got to name all of them." And I said, "Okay." So we broke the dance down from the beginning all the way to the end and gave them names that fitted. Gotcha. You know, he say, "Okay, well, when I do this to you, yeah." I say, "Yeah." He said, "Well, the people, you're facing the people." I say, "Yeah, I am." But he said, "I'm going back and forth." He said, "Well, look like you just parading." Okay, we're going to call it parade.
The parade.
Write it down.
What about when you went to, you guys were the first, wait a minute, you went to Dallas. Tell me about that. Y'all went to Dallas and did things. What did y'all do there? Y'all taught or y'all learned?
We taught. Oh, we done taught a lot of places. We taught in Austin. I mean,
so you were very close. Y'all were close. Y'all know more people than I ever thought. Yeah.
We just made them. We taught everywhere. Beaumont, everywhere you can think of. We just went. And when we got to Dallas, the first person I really caught my eye was Lady Champagne.
Lady Champagne was on here earlier.
She was?
I don't know if she still is, but yeah.
I'm telling you, when I was in there and I was sitting, and I was like, she walked through the door.
Her presence.
I'm like, who is that?
Yes.
And I was just, who is that? Everybody say, that's Lady Champagne. I say, man, dang, she walking here and
she just brings
like
it.
She floating on the cloud. She walked in there, she was decked out in the coat, and she was dancing with Hitman that back. She walked in there and she looked around, and I called myself to introduce me to her. She said, "Hi, I'm Lady Champagne." I'm like, okay. And I'm saying, oh, that was something. I remember her.
And she still carries herself that way.
Just same way.
Every time you see her, she's always together, and
Well, she taught me a lot of things about being a lady and etiquette.
Okay.
And I mean, she never could get me on the makeup. In the hair.
Oh,
she put some on.
That's funny.
But Big Smooth, I met him.
He's
and,
nice.
And Tracy. Tracy was the one who helped me with Dallas, because he was doing it. And then Lady Champagne. And me and Lady Champagne would switch out dances. Well, when I got there one time, she said, "Fanci, I got a new dance for you." She said, "It's a new line dance." I said, "It is." I said, "Well, we finna get ready to go. We got for 30 minutes. She said, "No, you get it. I know you'll get it." I said, "Well, gosh," she said, "I got your music already." I said, "Okay." And it was the wobble.
Oh,
so
you told me that.
Yeah, so she told me to wobble. I was trying to. Lee, I said, "Lee, come on." He said, "No, you got it. You always know stuff.
Yeah.
You teach me later." So I got it. I was on the way home. I was like, okay. So finally we got to, I think it might have been Red Rooster then. And I gave him the music, and I said, "Could you play this for me? We just gonna do some dancing out for me." He said, "Okay." And we got up there doing it, and he stopped in the middle of the record. And he said, "Fanci." I say, huh? He say, what you doing? I say, where's the dance called a wobble? He say, could you show everybody? I say, yeah, I don't mind. So everybody ran to the floor. You have such a
good memory,
oh,
too.
Yeah. Because you know why? Because it was good times. And it was a history-making moment. And it wasn't per se about me. It was the people. Right. And just like we did we had the club. You know.
I remember that. Yeah, I
heard H-Town Swing Out in two-step. Man, that was a good time. That was awesome, too. Right. That was awesome. Right. We did that one and just...
It feels like it's so much...
It's a lot.
That it's going to be hard to cover in just one book.
Yeah, but it's just a lot.
It's so much. It's so much. Have you ever thought about writing your memoir?
Oh, yeah, I already started.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you see me making little notes, that's what I'm doing.
Well, that's good.
Because you have to leave a history.
Exactly. I'm not going to walk around and get the book, but the lady I interviewed day before yesterday, she's 92. She did so much. Now, her book ain't but this big, but she covered so much. She was the first African-American mental health provider that to run a mental institution. And it's just cool. And she said that's what she left for. So her children and her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren would be able to.
This is our history.
This is our history.
And I'm like, and those guys from Reminisce, it was 10 older gentlemen, and they watched me learn, and the day I reached a point where they thought I was okay, they was just clapping, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
It's just so many. And I still have all the books.
Some of the books,
some books were this thick, and I got like 15 books.
Wow.
And I debated on throwing away, but I said no. This is history.
It's history.
And when I got into the Hall of Fame, it made it even more important. Right. And I want them to come see one day that you know how they started.
Definitely.
The different graduations. And
now, what do you think about that? A lot of people don't do graduations anymore. What do you think about that? I miss those.
I think it's important to make you feel like you accomplished something.
Exactly.
And it's not for you. It's not for the class. It's for the person.
Yeah, exactly.
And
all that time and effort that you're doing dancing is like, can I do something to,
Do you know how many times I've been to people's house and you look on Miss Fanci, come here a minute. I'll be like, oh my God, you got all the flyers. And this guy came and he said, Miss Fanci, hold on a minute. He reached in his wallet. He unfolded.
It was a certificate?
No, it was the one out flyers 10 years ago.
I'm going to find my flyers.
And I'm like, oh my God. He said, and he's not the only one.
Right.
And
that
so
should make you feel
it's
how can I say it? It's fulfilling. It makes you know that there was a purpose for what you did.
That was a purpose.
You know, it's a purpose when people recognize the work that you put in, because you put in a lot of work. And then even when you got to the time where you needed to take that time for yourself, now that you've said all of that, now it's like, I really get it. Like,
but even though I was out, I still was doing. I still was teaching line dancing. I still was teaching swing out. People were still calling, but I had to just kind of take it at my pace. And they be like, please, please. So now they're saying, please come back.
You're just taking your time to.
Well, no, I got an event April 1st.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the information out.
Okay.
I'll be teaching. I'm gonna go and teach classes at the place. They've been begging. So I'm gonna go ahead.
We're gonna get to what's coming up for you in a second. What would you like to see in our dance? Is there something that you would like to bring back, or something you want to make better? What would you like to see now that you're back out and about? What do you see that you would like to see? I don't know, better, more of.
I think people don't understand, or when I say that I don't see a big problem, because the whole thing still boils down to you have the instructor, but you still have the people that makes it better. So even if you got, I'll just say, conflict at the head, the people still count more. The people worth more. The people need more. It's all about the people. For me to go and suffer for a way, and it ended up, just knocking it down for a minute. But I still was in my mind saying, how can I make this better? So when I come back, God might have knocked me down for a reason to get me to stop and just, now you come out.
Right.
Now he keep giving me a vision.
Right.
It is just things falling in my lap now. Just falling.
Okay.
No, I need you to go this direction. I need you to unify this. I need you to do this and do that.
And yeah, I definitely I like that. But you are aware that, we all want things to be perfect, but we know that they're not. And things could be better.
But you know how I am.
I know how you are. What do you do outside of dance to chill and relax?
Traveling.
You like traveling?
I love traveling.
Yes.
Because, and then even traveling is still,
get to dance.
Well, the thing about it is, I'm like a vampire. Because come night.
Oh, you told me when you go where your daughter is.
I'm going dancing. I'm somewhere, somebody.
Yes.
And I'm like this. I don't care if you're old, green, blue, red, yellow. If you're dancing, I'm in there.
And you and I talked about that with country western dancers and
country
salsa.
Western, I know it
they
all.
do not care how, if they've never seen, they gonna come and ask you to dance. That's what I told you. I went to Whiskey River one night. Was it Whiskey River? That's the one by Willow River. Yeah, Whiskey River. Went there one night. Thought I wasn't getting them day. I danced the whole night. I thought I was a country western dancer. I was dancing so much. So, and salsa too. I've gone to salsa, and you just gonna dance. They're gonna come and ask you to dance. So you like to be, and what about does the sewing relax you or cooking relax you?
No,
that's just something you do.
No, you won't eat nothing. I'll fix it. Darlene, stop laughing.
Well, you brought me some food. She brought me some food today, y'all. She brought me some food.
Darlene, don't send her a text. She gonna try it.
I'm gonna try it. Because it was chicken, right?
Chicken easy, Darlene.
Smothered chicken.
And rice and some greens.
My favorite. I'm gonna eat that before I eat my roast I'm over here trying to make.
I don't know. I just love dancing. I love teaching.
And I do too. I wish that there were more days. Especially now that I'm working on Fridays and Saturdays, I wish there was like a Tuesday night dance.
Because I was telling them back in the day, I mean, like you say, we dance.
There was somewhere to go every single night.
You get in there at 6, you dance from 6 to 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Now, I didn't stay that long.
No, but I'm saying if the dancing good, and everybody.
Oh, yeah. Zula said she was with Rock and she was with Jay. Okay, yes, you did. And that is women. Y'all, it is Women's History Month. We wind it down. So just say why I'm recognizing her for one of my people for the month of Women's History Month. You are history, Fanci. You really are history, and I'm very excited that you showing me tonight because I always learn something about you. Our car ride, we learn stuff. So and I don't say that too about, and I'll throw Miss Lee in there as well. You both, oh my God, y'all have done so much. And to just sit and talk to y'all, you talk, but Mr. Lee talk. And so within 20 minutes, I done learned a whole book. But so I appreciate y'all so much for what you've done and what you continue to do and bring to us. But what woman would you want to recognize for Women's History Month?
For one, Lady Champagne.
Awesome.
Because she's a pioneer within Dallas. She's the same as me in Houston, and she has the same vision.
Gotcha.
And she got the same kind of vision as far as dance and help encouraging other women to be. Just be more than. Just make you feel joyous. Yeah. And that's just it. Yeah. And
of course her fashion.
Oh yeah. Let's see. That'll be. And Alicia Forbes.
Okay. She doesn't come out that much anymore. She doesn't come out anymore?
She come out.
Okay.
But not a mean bone in her body. She help anybody to dance. And, she just got you know how I get that from, everybody's okay.
Right.
That's her. She don't fuss and say nothing negative. And you got another friend of mine, Vanessa. She always doubt herself. But she actually is above in the heavens almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she just don't realize it. But the kindness.
Yeah.
The goodness. And the
what do you want people to remember about you?
I was passionate in what I'm doing. That to me, my motto is life is life is just too short. Dance and enjoy life even more.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, I mean, that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, I try to do my best.
Mm-hmm.
You need me, I'm here. Everybody know you. I always say, if you need me, holler. Just
She
holler.
does.
I'll try to do my best I can.
That's why I can't tell nobody else. Didn't nobody come help me with my COVID because you did offer when I was sick.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's next for Fanci? What you can say, because I know some things you like to keep
Yeah, because
closed until.
Yeah.
But do you have things coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be at Fanci Community Center on Thursdays.
Yay.
They begged me to come back. So, and I also.
And that's the one downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be right in the middle.
Awesome.
So everybody.
You know what? We ended up with classes there. I took some classes from you and Lee there towards the right before when y'all stopped being over at the studio.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I'll be at on April 1st. I'm giving an event at Future Stars of Houston.
Where is that?
That's right there.
On Reagan?
No, it's out off in the Heights.
Really?
Off Shepherd.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they asked me to come over there.
That
So
is
I'll be
awesome.
over there. So I'm getting my days, and then I have a couple of big things, but I need to keep them because when you come out, you need to come out correct.
Gotcha.
And it's not to deflate anybody else from what they're doing. It should fit.
Gotcha.
And if we all get together, you be respectful of what somebody else doing. And if we all stay on board, we'll be okay.
Right.
But the whole purpose that we all understand, you know, I can call him Shelly. You got Studio, you got Jay, you got Johnson, you got Lucy, you got Jan, you got all these different people, you know, Zeus. But the whole object is to keep the dance going. And that's just it. And the same way with Dallas. You don't want them to die down. The same way with Beaumont. And you got all these different places. Austin, you know, it's just us. And Swing Out is to Texas. As Chicago Steppin' is to Chicago. Texas is Swing Out. You can't erase it. When R. Kelly came to find us, to try to stop, Swing Out was here. And he was like, just let them, they're not gonna quit. Yeah.
So last question. How does it feel empowering to be doing this on your own now?
Well,
and I know you do things with that, but for the most part, you're doing so much as Fanci now. How does that feel?
Great.
Yeah.
Because the name was given to me with a purpose. The danceability was given to me with a purpose and a goal. And it wasn't me, it was God sent. Because there's no way in the world I could have learned and be able to teach as many dances as I can. You just touch me, tell me what you want to learn.
Do you ask them what we gonna do, or do you just go? Because I go on the floor and say, what we gonna do? Do you ask?
The person?
Oh, okay. You just follow.
Because once you ask them, you put them into unsecure. That okay, this Fanci, she asking me, just gotcha. They always giving me the whole, I don't know this, I'm not so and so. I'm like, hey, just dance. You know,
just dance. That used to be.
That's all it is.
That used to be our There's somebody was that ours? I can't remember. Houston Bio. I think it was just dance.
Just dance.
I think it was
mine was. I came up with "See You on the Dance Floor."
Yeah.
Because I thought, and we said, "See you on the dance."
Yeah. And I think I added on the end of my it was "So you want to dance," keeping you on the dance floor.
And I think those quotes help a lot to understand who the person is. Because when we said the best of Swing Out and two-step, that's what it was. It was not. It was more about the best is the people.
Gotcha.
It was it's always about the people. It's not about me. I'm just the catalyst. But once you get out there, you shine. It's not. I'm just telling you. When I give the events, it's to look across the floor.
Yes.
And you just see everybody.
And I tell people all the time. That's why I miss it so much. And I hate that it's something I'm not able to do anymore. But my biggest joy from being an event planner. It wasn't an event planner. It was to sit there after everything's over and you do all the stress, and you get to see these people dancing, and you know that you're a part of their happiness and their joy on the dance floor.
First yacht cruise. First swing out.
I've heard about that.
500 people signed up
because they couldn't all go though. Right?
And it was the biggest mess. And we had to host the party inside. We said, "What we gonna do?" He said, "Well, all these people gonna be here." He said, "Go rent out the room right quick. See if they got opening. That way they won't." We always make sure everybody was taken care of. Only certain people can go. Certain amount of people can go on the boat. But the ones they can party to get back. Or he said, order food. I say, it's gonna put us in the hole. He said,
we got to make it happen.
That's it.
The show must go on.
And that's the way it was. We always had
Plan B.
Plan B was you go in your pocket and you pay for it. And we say, okay.
Yeah.
He said, you okay with it? I say, yeah, the people happy.
That's what is the feel good thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's not always about the money.
No.
I think some people don't get that part of it.
And you never get rich off of it.
You're never gonna get rich.
Because you flip it over and you flip it and flip it and flip it.
You take this and you put it back in. Or I had a team with the gala. So I didn't make no money off the gala, like contrary to what people think. But I took the little piece of money I got and took my committee out to eat with it.
Yeah, but my mistake then was I had so many people asking to help.
Oh.
But my thought was, they came to the event, let them enjoy it. But they was like, no, we want to help.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, y'all need it. But God sent people.
Definitely.
He sent them left and right. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
Y'all have been definitely We're coming to the end. So I want to say to you, Fanci, happy Women's History Month. You are my person for this month. One of my persons for this month. And I just want to say to you again that, thank you for what you give to us. Oh. Thank you for what you've given so many of us. I wasn't there, but I can imagine the feeling of them saying how many of y'all took classes from Fanci.
That was like a wave.
Yeah, like a wave. I hope someone
and they was clapping, and I was like, it was just overwhelming in the inside.
Yeah. I can imagine. So I want to thank you on behalf of So You Want to Dance.
Oh, yeah.
For always supporting that effort as well.
And I want to say too, Trina is a tough cookie that's willing to give it all for swing out. And actually, she was instrumental because when we need something done, she done it.
Don't be making me cry, girl. This is not for me to be crying. That's for you to be crying. Something else.
Yeah, but it's not. Give her props where it is. Because I almost have to put her in the women category because I remember when you first did it. I was like, should we do it? So you do it.
I remember you saying,
do it.
Lee, you taking her too fast. Lee. I'm gonna make her come over here with me. But I appreciate that too. It's
you promote it for everybody. You wasn't no prospective person. Actually, a lot of them wouldn't have took off had it not been, because it's like, send it to Trina. She going to take care of it. She going to make sure we don't have to worry about that. It's out there.
Wow.
People coming from worldwide just to come. People looking from worldwide. Actually, you put us on the map because it grew. It made swing out get recognized even more, especially in Houston.
I definitely appreciate
I
definitely appreciate that. It sometimes can be overwhelming when people forget, or it feels like people forget. Funny thing is sometimes I've been somewhere, don't even know who I'm talking to, but somebody won't say, oh, you used to be the one to do the thing. And that always feels good because you're like, okay, good. Somebody remembers I did something. But anyway, this is about you, but I do thank you, and I so appreciate that. That means so much to me that you recognize that. But we love you, Fanci, and we're so glad you're back. We're glad that you took time to find you again because we need you. And like you said, God probably did that on purpose. Like, look, girl, it's time to sit down somewhere for a minute.
No, because he said, I got bigger things.
You got bigger things for you.
And I need you ready.
So you can go get Trina so she come on out here and I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I really do. I'm super excited to have her. Me and Fanci, we had a fight. No, we didn't have a fight. But no, she was a great road partner. My road dog got married and had a child, so she just gone. So I had to find me. Yeah, she didn't get pregnant. I had to find me a little road dog. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all still go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. Y'all, Fanci does have a Facebook page still. So I saw it.
I'm gonna update the new one too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I have Fanci Dancer at myyahoo.com.
Fanci Dancer, is it Fanci with
then,
I?
And then Fanci dance class with Fanci.
Oh,
That's my new one.
awesome.
Dance class with Fanci.
Okay, so she is
Dance
y'all.
with Fanci.
If y'all have not had the great, awesome opportunity to meet this beautiful lady or to go to her class, it is just gonna be time for y'all to go and take this opportunity, because one thing I will say, she's very passionate. We make fun of her all the time by saying Lee, but she was passionate about making sure that you were dancing and learning the dance versus going off into the wilderness and start doing all kind of stuff. She has structure to her class.
Oh, yeah, structure.
I won't say she's strict, but she wants you to, what could we say? You have a
Well, I read each person.
She reads each person, know what they want, but you have structure. She has a structure.
Yeah.
And she's definitely not gonna let you quit. But
just
try
gonna
her
work it
out.
out.
And me, and if y'all see her out and about, y'all ask her to dance. She loves to dance.
Oh yeah.
And she gotta teach me the scooch line dance.
Oh yeah.
I tried to, yeah. So, but I do want to thank you again, Fanci. We all love you to death. We're so glad that you're back out and about, and we are excited about what you got coming. You make sure you let me know when it's time to post stuff.
Tell them to look forward to the. I have my own line dance. It's called Fanci Dancer.
Get out of here!
Fancy or Fanci Dancer?
Fancy Dancer. She doing some things. Check out Fanci. Yeah, and I think we done. How did it go? How you think it went?
I love it.
Did you enjoy it?
I was kind of. This is interesting, and I can take this off my bucket list now.
Take it off your bucket list, and I can take it off me. Keep asking.
Yeah, bucket list.
Well, you know,
chat with Trina. I did the interview. Check.
And so guys, thank y'all again. Make sure that y'all go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. Subscribe, guys. I really need that. That is what I need most of all, so I can start making some money. I've been doing this 4 or 5 years, and I still ain't made it. I don't have no subscribers to make $1. But anyway, y'all go subscribe so I can add my people. Share, like, and I'm on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. All right. Bye. See y'all later. Love y'all.
Fanci, thank you for joining us today. We are so glad you're back, and we are so proud of you, and we're so excited to see what you have coming up. Keep us posted. Guys, make sure y'all go to youtube.com/chat with Trina. Subscribe and then hit the little bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video.